Consider the following exponential equation. 2 raised to the x plus 3 equals 4 raised to the 2x minus 3. Now, what you need to do is to change base 4 to base 2. 2 squared is equal to 4. So we can replace 4 with 2 squared. So doing that, we have 2 raised to the x plus 3 equals 2 raised to the 2 all raised to the 2x minus 3. Now, whenever you have one exponent raised to another exponent, you need to multiply. That is, you need to distribute what you have outside to whatever you have inside. So therefore, 2, let me write it somewhere else. 2 raised to the 2 raised to the 2x minus 3 will be equals to 2 raised to the 4x minus 6, because 2 times 2x becomes 4x and 2 times minus 3 becomes minus 6. So therefore, we can replace 2 raised to the 2 all raised to the 2x minus 3 with 2 raised to the 4x minus 6. So it means 2 raised to the x plus 3 will be equals to 2 raised to the 4x minus 6. Now, these words you need to take note. Whenever the base is the same, their exponents must be equal. So therefore, x plus 3 must be equal to 4x minus 6. Now, the next thing you need to consider doing at this point is collect the like terms. So collecting the like terms, we have 3 plus 6 to be equals to 4x minus x. Actually, what I just did was that I bring negative 6 to this side and I bring positive x to this side. Okay, now moving further, we have 3 plus 6 to be 9. Then we have 4x minus x to be 3x. So the next thing we need to do is to divide both sides by 3 in order to get the value of x alone. So it means x will be equals to 3, because 3 will cancel 3, and 3 can go here 1, 3 can go here 3, and 3 divided by 3 is simply 3. So the final result is 3. So here's another question for you. 4 raised to the x minus 2 equals 0.125. So feel free to pause the video and work these questions out. Now it turns out that 1 over 8 is 0.125. Now if that should be the case, let's replace 0.125 with 1 over 8. So it means we can have 4 raised to the x minus 2 to be equals 1 over 8. At the same time, 1 over 8 is the same as 8 raised to the power minus 1. Now, just like before, we are still going to do the same thing by replacing 8 raised to the power minus 1 with 1 over 8. So 4 raised to the x minus 2 is equal to 8 raised to the power minus 1. Now, the next thing we need to consider doing is to change base 8 to base 4. But unfortunately, we can't change base 8 to base 4 because 4 squared is 16, 4 raised to the 1 is 4, 4 raised to the 3 is 64. So we can't change base 4 to 16. Now, what we need to consider doing, let me clean up this. So what we need to consider doing is to change both base 4 and base 8 to base 2 respectively, since it turns out that 2 squared is equal to 4, and at the same time 2 raised to the 3 is equal to 8. So if that should be the case, let's replace 2 squared with 4 and 2 raised to the 3 with 8 back in this expression. So it means we can have 2 squared, then all raised to x minus 2 to be equals to 2 raised to the 3, then all raised to the minus 1. Now, their base is now the same, but we need to expand the bracket first, since we are having one exponent raised to another exponent. So let's expand the bracket by distributing what we have outside the parentheses to what we have inside the parentheses. So for the left hand side, 2 times 2 times x rather becomes 2x, then 2 times minus 2 becomes minus 4. So this is simply equals to 2, then 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. Now the fact that the base is the same, then their power must be equal. So we can have 2x minus 4 to be equals minus 3. So the next thing we need to do is to collect the like terms. So 2x will be equals minus 3 plus 4. How did I get plus 4? What I did was that I bring negative 4 to this side, and when negative 4 is coming to this side, the sign turns out to change to positive. So that's how I go to minus 3 plus 4. So minus 3 plus 4 is 1. So it means 2x will be equals 1. Then dividing both sides by 2 in order to get the value of x alone, then we can have the value of x to be 1 over 2 or 0.5. So let's work one more example. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that as early as possible so that you won't miss out whenever I upload a new video. So let's continue. So what about this question? 4 raised to the x plus 1 multiplied by 8 raised to the 2x minus 1 equals 16. Now, we're having base 4, base 8, and base 16. Now, it turns out that if we want to change everything to base 4, we won't, because base 8 cannot be changed to base 4. But everything can be changed to base 2, since 2 squared is equal to 4, then 2 raised to the 3 is equal to 8, while 2 raised to the 4 is equal to 16. So it means you can change everything to base 2 in order to make the equation to balance. Now doing that, we have what? So let's replace 4 with 2 squared. This means we have 2 squared all raised. Let me rewrite this, sorry, so that you guys will see it. Okay, so we have 2 squared all raised to x plus 1, then multiply by 2 raised to the 3, 2 raised to the 3, then all raised to the 2x minus 1. Let me clean this up so that you guys won't now misquote it together. Okay, so let's clean it up. Will be equals to 2 raised to the 4. Don't forget we said 2 raised to the 4 is equal to 16. Hopefully you have written that down. You have written it. Okay, so let's move on. The next thing is to expand the brackets. We are having exponent raised to another exponent, so we need to multiply. Okay, now doing that, we have 2 raised to the 2x plus 2. Expanding this, we have 2 times x to be 2x, then 2 times 1 to be 2. Then multiply by 2. 3 times 2x becomes 6x. 3 times minus 1 becomes minus 3. Is equal to what? 2 raised to the 4. Now, back to our knowledge in indices. We said when we have common base raised to a particular numbers or particular variables, if the sign between them turns out to be a multiplication sign, what we need to do is to take one base and sum their power. So applying that to the left hand side, we have our equation turns out to be 2 raised to the 2x plus 2. Then the multiplication sign turns out to be positive plus. Okay, so let's put what we have like 6x minus 3. Let's put it in a bracket so that we will use the positive sign to expand the bracket so that we won't make a mistake. So we have 6x minus 3 equals 2 raised to the power of 4. Now, I would recommend you guys to do it the same way I just did it. Okay, because most of students made mistake when they are trying to relate the indices part together. Assuming the sign is division, you replace it with a negative, which is subtraction. So you now use it to expand what you have at the right hand side. Okay, now let's move on. Let me create a little space. Sorry, I need to create a little space over here so that I think this should be enough. Okay, now let's open the bracket. Let's expand it. So we have 2 raised to the 2x plus 2 positive times 6x, that's plus 6x, plus times minus 3, that's minus 3, so equals 2 raised to the power of 4. Now we are having common bases. That means their power must be equal. Therefore 2x plus 2 plus 6x minus 3 must be equals 4. Okay, so 2x plus 6x becomes 8x. 2 minus 3 becomes minus 1 equals 4. So let's bring negative 1 to the other side. And we should bring it to come and meet 4 in order to get the value of x, in order to get the value of x. So it means we are having 8x equals 4 plus 1. So 8x will be equals 5. So dividing both sides by 8, x will be equals 5 over 8, which is the final answer. So hopefully you guys are following how solving the expressions. Okay, so what you need to take note is that you need to make sure that whenever the bases are the same, that's when their power will be equal. So what you need to first consider doing is to make sure that their base is the same. Is that clear? So let's try to work out one more example in order to develop your knowledge in the particular topic to the higher level. So here's another question for you. Well, I don't feel like solving this, so you guys use this as an exercise. Okay, so if you wish, you can comment your answer in the comment section below for review. So So please make sure you subscribe to my channel, as I just said earlier. So see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.